Here we are back in the world of Epic the Musical. Oh, this is going to be exciting. What I'm going to do is listen all the way through. I'm going to focus a little bit more on vocal technique than I did in the first saga. A couple of you left comments that you wanted me to do that. Also, over on my Patreon, I'm going to do some deep dive analyses of Just a Man and My Goodbye. That's going to come out later next week, so hop over there if you're not over there already. My name's Tim. I've been a voice teacher for the last 25 years. Building voices is my life's work. All right, let's get on to the reaction. But first, I want to introduce you to Aura, who are sponsoring today's video. I've had some issues with online security recently with this YouTube channel, actually. I don't know if you know, but there's a thing going on where they find your channel once it's blowing up a little bit, and they start emailing you with these like brilliant AI messages to try to get you to download a Trojan on your computer and then eventually steal your YouTube channel. It happened to a buddy of mine. Not a good experience. On top of that, I had someone try to buy something at Tiffany's with my identity last October. One of the cool things about this channel is I get to connect with companies that work on stuff like this. And what's cool about Aura is they handle all of that in one shop, basically. They have a VPN service so you can go online from 100 different locations and be undetectable online, which is really great. They also check your computer for malware. They do ad blocking as well as have a password manager. All of that stuff's awesome, but there was one thing they do which I think is next level cool that they include, which is they go on the dark web and look for data brokers that have your information, which is out there. It's very easy to get that information. And they go and they get them to remove it. Then on top of all of that, you can get $5 million of identity theft insurance included in this whole thing. They really are the one-stop shop for cybersecurity with all of the things that they offer. And I'm really grateful to be working with them. Stop leaving yourself vulnerable for data breaches and brokers, and go to my sponsored link, aura.com/Tim Welch Vocal Studio, to see if any of your information's been exposed. Oh, there's the sheep.
Over here. Look at all this food. Look at all these sheep. I can't believe this cave has all this for us to keep.
All right, so his tone right here so far. He's very, very straight tone. Ba, 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 ba. Straight tone is the opposite of vibrato. Da, 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 da.
I've gotta hand it to you both.
Different
This
tone
is
here.
quite the treat.
Hear how much more depth of tone. He's got more internal back throat space, which gives his tone a little more depth. The more open you have your throat, the more depth it gives your tone. So you can hear the difference in quality in their voices.
There are enough sheep here to
Hear that?
feed the entire fleet.
Okay, now I need to get back to the story.
It's almost too perfect, too good to be true. Why would the Lotus Eaters pass up on all this food?
Didn't you guys tell me that Jorge is not like a musical theater long-term trained person, and that he's like, you know, was like in pre-med or something like that and then switched over to doing musicals? Wow. He's got a beautiful voice. Like, that's a beautiful sound. It's a really expressive voice. It's got a lot of drive and energy to it. Like, it's very impressive if that's true, that he's just kind of jumped in on this. Like, who is this dude? Oh, we've got the Cyclops now. Oh. Wow, look at that animation. This is like a trippy Cyclops. This isn't like the traditional Cyclops we would see in the story when I was a kid for the Odyssey. This is almost like a Stranger Things looking Cyclops here. Ooh, this is cool.
Hey
Love
there.
that bass. Oh, this is scary.
We're just travelers. We come in peace.
You killed my sheep.
Oh! He's got a vocoder on. So that effect is like, there's a couple ways to do that. I actually have one right over there. There's a little box you can get that what it does is it doubles the vocal you put in all sorts of ways. It harmonizes or does an octave doubling down. There's also computer programs that do that. In the Logic Pro, which is kind of the big brother of GarageBand, you can do that vocal effect. That's a cool effect. I've played with vocoders a lot. Wow. When I played the Beast in Beauty and the Beast, we had a vocoder when I would first enter. I would kind of do this growly voice, and then they would do a vocoder low, kind of like that. Very cool.
my favorite sheep.
This is really dark.
What gives you the right to
I mean, musically.
feel the pain so deep?
And story, obviously.
You know that pain you sow is pain you weep.
Oh, that's cool.
Time to drink your
Who is it? Who's doing the voice of this? Because this could be anybody. With a vocoder, it's really a doubling. Is it Jorge or something? Like, who's doing it? Ooh.
blood over where you stand. Your life now is in my hand.
Hold on, I have to go back and get the start of this Cyclops entrance. This melody is sounding interesting. Do, 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 do. I have to hear this.
Favorite sheep. What gives you the right to feel the pain so deep?
That's such a cool effect.
Don't you know that pain you sow is pain you weep? Time to drink your blood over where you stand.
Ooh, I like this part.
Life now is in my hand. Before I'm done, you will learn that it's not so fun to take.
Oh, I like this part. It's already getting in my head. Du, 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 du. Ooh.
You came to my home to steal, but now you become my meal.
You came to my home to steal, but now you become my meal. Oh,
What
man.
did you see? Take from you like you took from me.
There's been a misunderstanding. We never came here to steal. But now that I see we've done some damage, maybe you and I can make a deal. I'll give you our finest treasure, so long as we leave alive. You can keep the world's best tasting wine.
Wine?
Have a drink, one sip and you'll understand
Okay.
the power that's in your hands. A wine so fresh, you'd never want to eat human flesh again. Then we shall be on our way.
So listen to Odysseus here. Listen to Jorge. His voice is so bright right here. And what does that mean? That means very lateral. He's got very lateral vowels. He's got clean adduction of the vocal folds. He's got a lot of thickening. It's called TA dominance in the world of voice pedagogy. When you hear that bop, 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 that brassy metallic tone in our singing, that means that we've got the thickener muscle active, as opposed to yeah, like the airflowy warm tone. We've got bop, bop, you'll not fit it in your hand. It's like this brassy, punchy type of tone. He's got a lot of that right here, which that tone quality obviously makes sense when he's, trying to sell the Cyclops on drinking the potion, right?
No bloodshed in here today. A trade you see, gift from you and a gift from me.
I'd like to thank you. Stranger, what's your name?
My name is Nobody.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Nobody.
Nobody. What was the notes there? Oh, that was good. Nice falsetto flip up. I can't believe that he hasn't trained and that he was just like a pre-med dude. Like, what's the deal? What, did he just take voice lessons in high school or something, and then he just got these chops, and now he just I'm going to write a musical and become famous. Wow.
Nobody. For your gift, I've won to reply.
I'm so glad we see eye to eye.
Yes, you shall be the final man to die.
What?
Uh-oh.
Watch out!
Oh, no. Okay. Well, so there we go. We're into Survive. Oh, man. Before we go, let me just say a shout out to Mirtzi, if I've said that name correctly, of the animator, for this video as well as for Polyphemus. These amazing animations. All right, let's go. Oh, that's big.
My brothers, the rest of our fleet, they wait at the beach. And if we're defeated, their good is dead. you're fighting.
I don't think you're ready. Ooh, I'm starting to get these melodies in my head. So this is a thing that happens in theater, and I know you all know about this, that there is leitmotif work here. So what's leitmotif? Leitmotif means leading motive, and it's something that when we think about opera, where we think about it the most, or at least sort of the person that really brought it dramatically into the scene, that would be Richard Wagner during Wagnerian operas. I mean, every little piece throughout a Wagnerian opera has got some melodic thing, like Wotan's sword and the entry of the Valkyries. It's a really cool thing to do in opera, and I love that he's using reoccurring melodies and leitmotif work in this. I know that he just did a video talking about his instrumentation and how it applies to different aspects of the show, like guitar and drums and things like that. And I didn't watch that yet. I plan on watching that. And so if you guys want to let me know in the comments about some of the things I'm hearing with as far as instrumentation goes, feel free to let me know. But I'm going to watch that video of his anyway.
No backup, no chance for support. So draw out your swords. Our foe must be thwarted right here and now.
Really brassy tone.
Show me how great is your will to survive.
Woo!
600
I like that.
lives at stake. It's just one life to take.
Wow.
And when we kill him, then our journey's over. No dying on me now.
What a great anthem.
Defeat is not allowed.
Wow.
We must live through this day, so fight, fight, fight.
Wow. I just got goosebumps.
Surround him. Attack from behind. Keep distance in mind and stay in his blind spot and strike his heel.
So his vocal technique right here, bop, 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 just brass, pure punch, straight tone, bright lateral vowel.
Exhaust him. Don't let him get close. He's strong but he's slow. He can't land a blow if we're out of reach. Find a breach. Stand up and fight for your lives.
Did you hear that tone? Love. So you kind of opened his throat a little bit more on that tone. Whenever you lift your soft palate and slightly lower your larynx, you create a boomier, fatter tone. That's the whole trick to singing opera. We've got the male chorus here. Yeah. Woo! What was that? That was like an A or B flat. It's something up there. I would go check my keyboard, but who cares?
We must live through this day, so fight, fight, fight.
Oh no. Wow.
Captain.
Enough.
He's got a club. He's got a club.
Oh no.
What are our orders? Captain! Captain!
Wow. This is horrible.
Enough. 600 lives I'll take. 600 lives I'll break. And when I kill you, then my fate is over. You're dying here and now. Escape is not allowed. You won't live through this day now.
The potion kicked in. The potion kicked in. Oh my God. Weirdly, that gave me goosebumps, that horrible part. I don't know why I got like reverse goosebumps, like in a horrible situation. I guess that's how goosebumps work. I don't know. Oh, wow. That part where the noise of the club coming down was happening, and we know what that meant, that there was somebody dying every time it came down. Oh my God. That was an amazingly dramatic moment. I couldn't help but imagine what that would be like in a theater context, you know, like how creative you could get at trying to realize that on stage. Wow. Oh my God, this is so heavy and dramatic. Ooh. Whew. All right. Let's go on to the next one. Wow. All right, next up we have Remember Them, and these animations are Wolfie the Witch for the last two that we have for this saga. All right, let's jump in. So remind me again, one of you told me that when the guitars come in, that's significant of something. Let me know down in the comments what that means, please.
Captain! Captain! We must move quickly. We don't have much time. He didn't notice I mixed Lotus in his wine.
Hold on, I was distracted by the guitars. I didn't hear the entrance of the vocals here. I got to do that again. That sound is cool. It's a guitar effect. So that sounds like a guitar effect with like a lot of reverb, distance sort of coming in. Same.
Captain! 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 We must move quickly.
Listen to this different tone that we have from Jorge here. We must move quickly. He's a little more off his voice. In a lot of the other stuff, it's just been big bang and, you know, brass element in the voice, just lots of power. And he's showing some intimacy here. He did also, in Just a Man, have some of those lighter mechanism, a little more airflow, a little sort of scratchy tones here and there to give effect. I love that we're hearing a diversity of his tone here.
We don't have much time. He didn't notice I mixed Lotus in his wine.
Very expressive singer.
Mark my words now, this is not the end.
But Captain, what do we do with our fallen friend?
Again, this is one of those moments where I like to celebrate the rhythmic aspects of what I'm hearing. He's got a really nice sense of rhythm. It feels good, the rhythms that he's come up with. You know what I mean? They're fun to sing over. They're very catchy.
He didn't notice I mixed
Right here.
Lotus in his wine.
That rhythm is great, that syncopation.
Mark my words now, this is not the end.
But Captain, what do we do with our fallen friends?
I like that guitar there.
Remember them when the fire begins to fade.
Yeah!
For the fallen and afraid, we are not
Badass.
to let them die in vain. Remember them, we're the ones who carry on.
Yeah!
Flames of those who've gone, and our comrades will not die in vain. I need all our hands on this club.
Yeah!
This is how we're getting out of here.
So this one, I could see turning up the rock element in the vocals a little bit more. Get some more grit on the tone here. I think that would really work to enhance it.
Use your swords to sharpen a stub and turn it to a giant spear. Let's kill him. His body is blocking the path. If we kill him, we'll be stuck inside.
Captain, where do we attack him?
We gotta stab him in the eye.
Yes, sir! Remember them when the fire begins to fade.
Oh, this rhythm!
Fallen and afraid.
The
We are
drums.
not to let them die in vain. Remember them.
So we've got the male chorus in unison. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da, all singing the same part. We're not in harmony here. They're going, and then we've got Odysseus soloing over
The
top.
ones who carry on.
He's an octave above them.
Flames of those who've gone, and our comrades will not die in vain.
Die in vain. Oh, I like that.
Carry on. The flames of those who've gone, and our comrades will not die in vain. Now! Scatter!
Wow.
Who hurts you?
There are more of them?
Who hurts you?
Oh, I love the sound of the Cyclops speaking to him together. Who hurt you? There's all these harmonies and layers in there.
Hide.
Who hurt you?
Captain,
That's
we should
cool.
run.
Wait.
Who hurt you?
I love that drum.
Captain, please.
Wait.
It was nobody.
Nobody.
If
Yeah.
nobody hurts you, be silent. Don't go.
Wow.
Let's grab
Brilliant.
the sheep and away we go.
Have you forgotten the lessons I taught you?
So we had the little glitchy Athena thing, which is her thing, right? It's the, what is it called? The quick thought. We go into like it's kind of like in Flash, the show Flash, where they go into the super speed zone or whatever. This quick thought thing kind of reminds me of that. I forget what the name of it is in Flash.
He's still a threat until he's dead. Finish it.
No. No? What
Ooh,
good
piano.
would killing do? When mercy is a skill more of this world could learn to use.
Listen to how sweeter his tone got here. He backed off on the air pressure, less pop pop, less brassy tone. He's in a little bit more of a tone that has airflow allowance in it. It's lighter. He's really quite an expressive singer, especially for a guy that's not done this at all. Like, what's his story? Like, wow, he's
My
impressive.
friend is dead, our foe is blind. The blood we shed, it never dries. Is
So
this
passionate.
what it means to be a warrior of the mind?
Don't.
Hey, Cyclop! When we
Nice
met,
grit.
I led with peace, while you fed your inner beast. But my comrades will not die in vain.
like
Remember
this.
them.
Die in vain. I love that hook.
The next time that you dare, choose not to spare. Remember them. Remember us. Remember me. I'm the reigning king of Ithaca.
Wow.
I
like
am
this.
neither man nor mythical. I am your darkest moment. I am the infamous Odysseus.
So he told him who he was. Ooh, and we got a little smile at the end from the Cyclops. Oh, interesting. So, zoomed out, I'm thinking about the underlying meaning, moral of the story type of a thing. And it's interesting, right? So we've got Odysseus feeling these moments of wanting to be compassionate, of wanting to show mercy. And then we've got all these other moments where he's being encouraged to be ruthless and murderous and do what the gods are telling him to, which is to kill. And so that just raises all of those societal topics of, the ethics behind violence, the, drive we have toward peace and compassion, and how, these are not so cut and dry of topics inside of society when looking at them. And it's very interesting that Jorge's found a way to really position those topics so strongly in this musical, in the way that he's set up the story and isolated parts of the story, and also written it musically. This sort of inner struggle that we're seeing Odysseus go through of, doing what he thinks is the thing that's on his path to do, which may involve violence, but also at the same time feeling a heart of compassion, right? Wow. Okay, let's keep going. Last song of the saga. This is My Goodbye. So we're back. Quick thought. Quick thinking. Ooh.
You were reckless, sentimental at best. That's not a teaching of mine. You've grown soft.
This is a little bit like, almost got like a hip-hoppy vibe already going on, like a little R&B hip-hoppy style going on. What? This is the first time I've heard this style in the show.
Your dead friends can attest.
Hey,
Put your emotions aside. You're a warrior, meant to lead the rest. I don't know where I went wrong, but I warned ya, and you failed the test. So now I'm gone. This way, you'll know what your place is. This way, you can't cross the line. This way, When all is over, you'll keep yours and I'll keep mine. This way, you won't disappoint me. This way, you won't waste my time. This way, I'll close the door. Consider this as my goodbye.
All right, let's just stop there for a second. Wow, cool tone. Lots of brass element in her sound. She doesn't have a lot of grit, a lot of wind. This is like straight down, belty, brassy. Nice transitioning into her upper register. Very,
Just
very
like
good.
you, why should I be surprised? Selfish and prideful and vain. Unlike you, every time someone dies.
Unlike you. He's got a little creaky door sound, a little grit on his voice. I talk about that a lot when I react to contemporary commercial music artists or rock artists, the activation of false vocal folds into a phrase. We can do that grit sound in a couple different ways. One way we do it is through vocal fry, which is kind of like a bottom-up sensation for the singer. Another way we do it is through compression, which activates the false chords, which are slightly above the vocal folds, and you bring them into the stream of air when you're singing. Yeah, and that creates that effect on the vocal. We don't do that as much in musical theater. Some musicals are more rock and roll-y than others. We heard a little bit of it here from Jorge, but he generally so far hasn't been singing with very much grit, and there hasn't been very much grit in the singing of the show so far in general.
I'm left to deal with the strain. What's a title that he got his command?
Such a clean upper register.
If I'll never sleep at night, I'll remind you I saw you as a friend. But now we're done this way. You're out of my head now this way. You won't plague my life this way. When all is done, you're out of sight and out of mind this way. You get what you wanted this way. You can save your time this way. You close the door and have your damn goodbye.
You're not looking for a mentor, I'm not looking for a friend. I mistook you for a general. What a waste of effort spent.
At least I know what I'm fighting for, while you're fighting to be known. Since you claim you're so much wiser, why's your life spent all alone? You're alone!
Wow. So he's breaking up with Athena. Why? Can you do that with a god? Should you do that? I don't know. I don't know if this is a good idea, Odysseus.
One day you'll hear what I'm saying.
She's going to her mix now. Do you hear that? One day. She's out of her brassy belt. We've been exclusively like brassy belty up to this point.
One day you might understand. One day, but not
nice.
today. For after all, you're this day you sever your own head. This day you cut the line. This day you lost it all. Consider this as my goodbye.
All right, so I just have to say a little bit, like that's super pitch corrected there. So we're losing some of the expression, and goodbye. Some of like the expression is all wrapped up in the little connector notes that we hear throughout things. It's not just in the, just locking in the pitch and just kind of, we feel things from the little cracks of the voice, the little pitch drifting up to the note, the little falling off of the note at the end. Sometimes the notes that are a little bit out of tune say something expressive too. So, I would love to hear this stuff a little less kind of cleaned up, but I can still talk about the tone quality that I hear that's been corrected, but as far as like some of the nuances of the expression, I'm a little bummed that we're losing.
Consider this as my goodbye. This is my goodbye.
Wow. That was some great. Wow, nice range. Very cool. Who is she? Who's the singer?
Consider this as my goodbye.
Nice.
This is my goodbye.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Now she's gone. The glitchy effect is over. Wow. Okay. Man, that was a dramatic one. All right, let me give you my final thoughts. Wow, That's my final thought. Okay, I'll see you in my next video. No, seriously though, what an interesting work already. You know, the thing about musicals a lot of times, like if we think about the Disney musical Hercules, right? The Alan Menken musical, it's, you know, it's very light, Lite. It's not really like dramatic. I think about another musical that kind of like in the Disney spectrum that does have some serious darkness in it. And I think about The Hunchback of Notre Dame. That's one of my favorite Disney musicals of all time. Super dark and super intense. And it's a little more mature. It's actually one of the least successful, I think, Disney movie musicals just because it's like too heavy for the little kiddos to watch. And, you know, the heaviness of The Hunchback of Notre Dame reminds me of the heaviness of Epic the Musical. The way that Jorge chose to portray the drama as far as from a harmonic standpoint goes, you know, a lot of minor chords, a lot of just a lot of dark harmony, and the way the melody is working along with the harmony, and the samples and the sounds that he's using for instrumentation are very heavy. You know, this is not like your little kids musical. This is scary. And the drawings from Mirtzi with the Cyclops, whoa, like I said, Stranger Things, like that was a scary Cyclops. Very, very cool effect on it. So animations were amazing. This is such a fun, weird side quest. I can't believe that there's some serially released musical online that's got this, you know, I hate to say, I wouldn't say cult following, but you guys are really hardcore fans. And it's awesome. It's awesome to be a part of this adventure and to be celebrating it with you all. And I hope that through me doing these videos, I might expose a few others to this exciting work and that we can see it staged one day. Get this thing happening on Broadway. Wouldn't that be amazing? Wow. All right. Thanks so much. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm probably going to react to Just a Man over on my Patreon. I'm not sure if I'm going to do My Goodbye. I'm not sure how much more there is vocally to break out of that one. It was pretty much straightforward, belty, brassy, punchy singing pretty much the whole way. We did have some nice access to upper register high notes and things like that, but I'm not sure it's going to be something that will be super interesting for me to do a phrase by phrase sort of breakdown of. But I definitely am going to do that with Just a Man over on my Patreon. So if you guys want to check out that, I'll do a little analysis. I also found a recording of Jorge where he was doing it kind of behind the scenes, and I just want to hear his voice natural with nothing on it, just his pure vocals. So I'm going to do some hunting to see if I can find a couple more tracks of him like that as well for when I do the deep dive over on Patreon. Anyway, thanks so much. I really appreciate you all sticking around and watching this. This was so much fun. More to come. Next saga should come hopefully sometime next week. I'll get to it as soon as I can, okay? All right, cheers.